biggest mistake people make with peppers is they don't know how to plant them properly as far as spacing goes. A couple of things I've learned over the last 20 years or so is that you're better off planting 3 plants together instead of singles or doubles like this. And then you want to plant them 9 inches on center. If you notice, there's 3 here and 2 here. In actuality, you should have another set of peppers here. And what that does is that the peppers themselves create their own shade. And that way your pepper has a chance to develop a large size without sun scald. Most of your planting instructions that you see written today was based on mechanical farming to allow tractors and whatnot through the fields. So you really can't go by those directions, especially the backyarder. We're going to get you about 10 times more productive than a commercial farmer right here in your backyard. So what you want to do, I've pre-dug some holes here. This is the pattern that you want to get. About 9 inches on center on all directions. Last year in a 4x12 area, I grew some poblano peppers that were the size of my hand, this big, and the plants were 3 to 4 feet tall. And how we achieved this is by planting them properly with the MegaStart in the hole, and then feeding a MegaPepe every 2 weeks, fish and seaweed, fuller feeding once a week. And your production will go through the charts. Your peppers will actually be thicker, and the sweet ones will be sweeter, and the hot ones will be hotter. Now, it's real important that you don't mix sweet and hot varieties together, because your sweets will become hot and your hots will become sweet. So you want to just grow one variety of pepper together. You can mix them. Sometimes you will get a little cross in there, but if you're not growing a seed crop, it's really not that critical. Just what's critical is keeping the sweets together and the hots together. You want to leave about 12-foot minimum between those beds, or further if you have that luxury. But anyway, here, let me show you, like on this one here, 9 inches between the two would be right about here. Now we're in heavy clay again, and it's no biggie. This will eventually get turned around. It takes 2 to 3 years to turn clay around. And how we're going to fix this by putting a little flick in the hole here. This is the soil that I make, and we'll mix it in with some clay here, and this will help get everything turned around. Yeah, if you use a tiller when it's too wet, it'll actually compact the clay. And this is way too wet, even really. We shouldn't really even be digging in this, but anyway, dig out your hole, put in your MegaStart, and then literally just put 3 of the pepper plants fairly close together. You can actually let the root balls touch. It won't hurt them a bit. This MegaStart is going to make the roots non-competitive. And then you'll see the difference when you plant a pepper crop correctly. Your productivity will go up, at least. We will triple or quadruple your crops when you use our products. So let me just go through here real quick and pop these other ones in. It says 1 to 2 tablespoons per hole. That's just an estimation. Just use whatever you feel. You can't burn with it. I don't measure anything. So, I'm going to have to get 3 more plants, but this will give you an idea. I'm going to mix a little flick in here too, and then put the clay with it. So as these grow out, you see how I got these almost touching each other? That's fine. Peppers like to be crowded as long as they have enough food supply for their roots. They won't tend to try to choke each other. And you'll see a great big difference in your productivity. Now, As soon as you start to see the plants start to bloom, if you look closely here, you can see where the blooms are starting to form right here. Right now would be a good time to start adding your MegaPepe. This is a granular fertilizer. It's designed to be put on the drip line of the plant every 2 weeks. And so what you want to, this is a 2-pound bag here, and you want to put 1 to 2 tablespoons every 2 weeks at the drip line. That's the outer edge of the leaf here. And just simply apply to the surface, and then either water in with the hose, or this is a good time to use your the seaweed on it. You can just use the seaweed to kind of work it in. Pour enough to where you get it on the leaf, and you soak the root ball. Now when you first plant, just like a tomato, you want to really saturate the root ball of the plant. This prevents it from shocking and sets up enough mineral in the soil to start off with. Then when you go to foliar feeding it with the spray, you can use one of those pump sprayers and just spray enough until it drips onto the soil. That's the minimal amount you need to get the maximum yield. Now as the plant gets bigger, you can spread it out here a little bit further. You don't need to increase the amount that you use on your plant. Approximately 2 tablespoons is enough, and that's every 2 weeks. Fish and seaweed once a week on the leaves. So it actually go a long ways. This little bag right here, it takes a half a ton of raw seaweed to make this. It's 4.4 ounces. That's how concentrated it is. This does make 30 gallons. Our bigger unit makes 80 gallons. And there's over a ton in that. So you'll love it. You'll notice that your peppers will be just delicious when you eat them. All vegetables benefit from trace minerals.